Okay, we're here testing out the Sportsman 1000 watt max inverter generator, 800 watts running speed, running watts. Said to have a sine wave and quiet operation. It is running rather quiet. We've got it in the idle mode, where if it doesn't need to generate more power, it will cut the speed back. Right now I have it plugged into a 100 watt, a 40 watt light bulb, and of course it powers that quite nicely. And over here is the voltmeter I have on it, 120 volts. I also have on here a DC charging unit here. It puts out 4 amps, I think it is, at 12 volts. I have installed power poles here, cut the cord and installed power poles, and so I can hook it to a battery with power poles installed, or to a battery that just needs alligator clips. I also have a one of the wattometer kind of things like this, and right now this battery that I have on here is a 12 volt battery, about a 10 amp hour, although I measured it with an analyzer. It only held 6.6 amp hours, and I don't know if you can see that or not. Right now it's reading 12.91 volts. I'm going to plug it in here to the generator. Pardon the video here. This is a very amateur video. I can get it plugged in here. Okay. Once I plug it in, the voltage on the wattometer showing the output from the generator showing 16 volts at 1.63 amps. I don't know if you can see it or even care. Then over here I have a fan, electric fan. When I turn the fan on, you hear the motor speed up a little bit. However, the output voltage over here on the voltmeter at 120 volts is still 120 volts. I'll try to turn off the fan while I'm watching the voltmeter in a minute here. We'll see if we can get it to show what happens to the voltage. But what I wanted to show you is that the output voltage on the generator is showing 17 volts going into the battery. And if I disconnect the battery, you can see that the, maybe you can't see it, but trust me, it's 16.04. And if I speed the motor up, force it to go up, it's going to go up to 18 or 19 volts on the DC side. So in order to hook a radio to this, even with the battery in the middle, it's going to charge the battery up quite a lot. Let me come back over here and do the voltmeter. Okay, here's the voltmeter, and I'll turn off the fan. And turning it off has no difference, no change in the AC voltage. Turn it back on, there's a slight dip there, a slight wink on the 40 watt light bulb. I think the big thing that so far I've discovered is that the DC output is much higher than 12 volts, which is to be expected, but I didn't expect it to be 18 volts while the generator is running. You might say it's higher speed, where I force it to go to high speed. A little bit earlier I did a test. I had a 500 watt worker light stand on it, and it would drop the AC voltage down to about 90 volts when I kicked that on, and the generator would definitely speed up. But it recovered within about a second to 120, and when I turned the light on and off. I don't have it up here now. When I turned it off, the voltage stayed right at 120, 121. I did have a strange anomaly when I plugged in a 50 watt light bulb next to the, in addition to the 500 watt. I exercised the circuit breaker on the generator, and at that point the generator shut down. I unplugged things and it started back up. I reset the circuit breaker, and things came back on. I'm not sure, it looked like the bulb burned out. I'm not sure it was a defective volt. I don't know what it was. A little bit strange though. So I can't really give it a bad mark or a negative there, I guess, for shutting down at, what was it, 500, supposedly 550 watts. Anyway, that's the Sportsman so-called 1,000 watt inverter generator from Home Depot. When on sale it was $149. I think it's $179 or $189 normally. Jury is still out on it. I need to run some more tests and put a oscilloscope on it to check what looks like the sine wave. I'm guessing it probably is. They make a big deal about that. This is W4QO.